catch Ian up on what happened last week. And
real quick, I just wanted to ask you something, Matt, because I did watch the video.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
But
I was going to say they need to hopefully remember things that your character pointed out.
I was gonna say, like when I mentioned like that I didn't like this place, was that like related to the like last time I meditated, or like a persistent or new feeling?
It was related to how, as you've been getting closer and going deeper into this place, you've been experiencing the same like empathetic feelings that you were feeling the last time you meditated.
Gotcha.
Like the source of that connection is closer to you physically here. So you're like you were just feeling like this place isn't good, basically.
Got it. Cool.
Also, I apologize. I don't know if you looked at your character sheet, but I ended up using like almost all of your healing. So
no, that's all right.
I didn't use any of your other points. So,
dude, it was super funny though. When you healed Alina for like 20 at one point, you're like, Isel's gonna heal Alina, and I was like, for 20, and you're like, for 20, and I was like, yes.
All right. With that, what happened last week, boys?
I don't remember.
Boom, 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 boom.
Thanks, Shane.
We started out being surrounded by a bunch of air quote undead things. And we set up the fight with everyone running down the path to the lower section where the lost city was. And Sanguison stayed up top so we could try and turn the undead. Found out that didn't work.
Beautifully, Bosch and Sanguison.
That was fun.
Ian, how did you react to that?
I was like, oh fuck. I was like, I don't know what like I would know about like that or anything, but I know it's like it would not make me at ease.
So we just all sort of run into that path down, and found out Melina had a grenade on her. So we had her plant that on the path to blow a section out so they couldn't follow us down.
Yeah, I mean, we started off with just getting surrounded, and then, I don't know, Zed was just like, just alert them down there, we'll funnel them to the path, and, our speedster, Blair, just fucking
I went supersonic speed.
That's right, running
we
around.
Finally got the chance
after I remembered that we're supposed to plant this beacon.
Yeah,
which I mean the DM remembered.
The DM kept waiting, and then decided Isel would remind the team.
Yeah.
Which is good, because Ian would have forgotten, too.
And,
I do really, really like that our full caster, like, essentially, like, wizard of the party character also is Sonic the Hedgehog. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Running around at the speed of sound, got places to go, we gotta follow my rampage.
Yep.
And so we all started like,
gotta keep moving on.
Yeah, everyone was just trying to like funnel their way down. Our faster characters got there pretty easily. Our slower characters were getting surrounded, and kept getting leaves kept getting fucking downed, and we kept getting her back up. And then she's like, "Leave me!" And then she got brought up and like, "No, come on!" And it's like, "Okay." And as everyone started like coming down, she threw the grenade, blowing up the path. And at that point, Sonic the Hedgehog had already planted it and waited for a while.
That's my favorite sentence so far.
And it wasn't working.
Welcome, Nick.
And she came to the conclusion that it was because of the fog and took a look at it, saw it was working. It just couldn't pick up because of the fog. And so after Zed took a look at it and like with a crit couldn't notice anything about it being wrong, we were like, all right, well, it's time to venture forward. And yeah, we went deeper into the city. Anyone else wants to pick up? If not, I'll keep going.
Weston's trying really hard not to be the only person retelling both campaigns every week. He's noticed a pattern.
Nick does it most
Nick
weeks.
usually does it for us.
Yeah, Nick does it a lot. Hi, Nick.
Howdy.
Somebody help Weston.
I can take over the end because
I mean, okay, so we took a rest at first, and Zed kept watch because he didn't need to take a rest. And after taking a rest, we started going towards the pyramid, and we noticed like there was life, or at least movement in the water, and it kind of creeped us out. And we just kept going and going, and then eventually we got to it, and we looked for traps, and there were none, and then we went inside, and Flair knew instantly the make and model of this here pyramid.
And it cost me nothing.
Yeah.
Weston, I really, really like how long you paused when the Bloodborne ambient music hit while you were talking.
Yeah. Oh.
PTSD.
It's my favorite game of all time. So yes.
It should be.
No, Hank. So yeah, we start. Yeah, you take over.
We found a room that was like boarded up, yeah, with zombies inside, or we assumed, because the door was kind of like shambling
Don't dead open inside.
back and forth. Yeah, it was one of those
It
moments.
was shambling.
Yeah, the door itself was shambling. We're like, well, we know not to do that, and we went the opposite way. And eventually we found ourselves in a room with a table and some, I believe, like dead bodies. Was it dead bodies or like skeletons? Kind of just like, there was a skeleton at the head of the table, and then like around there were just a whole bunch of
spoopy, sperry skeletons.
Yeah, spoopy, scary skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
We sat in there for a little while, and then there was like a white goop on the floor. Was it white? Was it?
Yes, it was a white.
Yeah.
Goop.
Who touched it? Who shot it?
A crack in the ground that had white.
Somebody did. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I did it.
Yep. Boss decided to stick an arrowhead in it.
And he triggered.
Hey, you know what?
He triggered the boss fight.
That I did.
If he didn't do it, one of us was gonna. So.
Then
pretty on brand for boss at this point.
And then we fought an aberration for a good while, along with some deadites.
Well, it was an Averyn at first.
Yeah, it was an Averyn.
Who was a part of Starry Eyes campaign.
And we fought that for a bit. I got grappled. And was it Melina that got downed a whole bunch?
She had a fun time. This whole session.
But
Yeah,
she was a trooper.
she got pretty beat up in both fights.
Yeah. But she's a trooper, and we didn't want her to die, so we made sure to keep her alive.
Oh yeah, I even actually did something heroic. That was I ran over and gave her a Pulp Fiction dude. Adrenaline rush.
That was awesome.
Pretty sweet.
And after the fight ended, I believe that's where we left off. We didn't have a stinger.
We started to go down the stairs, and yeah, he closed the session at that point.
Yeah.
I closed it. All right. Cool.
You didn't. It is fun.
Found out player-wise that Vossen and Rowan should be on opposite sides of the big bad every fight.
Also, player-wise, Zed didn't take a single point of damage that entire session.
That was pretty awesome.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. But that just means Matt's gonna kill me this session. That's fine.
Possibly.
Descending out of the stonework council room, your party follows a long, thin set of stairs. As you progress down them, about 100 feet, you find the stonework breaking and eroding down more and more, taken over by sickly roots and earth and rock. The path continues from what you guys can tell at least another 100 feet down the steps, and there do not appear to be any sources of light in the direction you are going. What would you like
It's
to
a
do?
good thing I got dark vision.
It's true.
Oh, man. Oh, actually, really quick before we get into this, there was one thing I wanted to say. I apologize we haven't had a patch notes. It's because we've been hard at work at some stuff. But we're going to have a big one next Monday. It's going to be the new version of Species. It's going to be all 10 of them.
Better.
And Nick has also joined the actual design team, a little bit more hands-on. So, also coming next week, although it's already in the folder if you want to check it out. Shane went hard lead designer on a new class. Basically, he got so annoyed at Jesse's Sunday character that he decided to make a balanced
Tuesday.
version of that class. Yeah, Tuesday character. So we worked really hard on it, and it's really cool because like pretty much all of the features, for the most part, are like his original ideas, and we made some really cool subclasses, and they're like a really cool intelligence like support controller class that doesn't use spells at all, and it's basically like, here you can play Jean Grey. So
See, that's not saying much though, because the mystic is essentially a caster. This class is not a caster.
yeah, it's not a caster.
This is like a psychic fighter, basically.
I would say that the class that this class is closest to is probably the animist, but it feels very different.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyways,
It's pretty neat.
jumping back in. That's on the horizon, so be prepared. But what did you guys want your marching order to be going down these steps? It is single file. You guys should decide like a party marching order so that we don't always have to ask this question.
We did last session. We did Fallen Leaves Lady.
Yeah, she'll keep leading the front.
Me
And then Zed, then Flare.
She doesn't have dark vision.
I have the
Wait, Alina
Night
doesn't?
vision goggles.
Melina does not have dark vision. No.
I have the
She actually does have night vision goggles, though. So it doesn't.
yeah, and I have the torch. Or
Melina
what-
up front.
what's it called?
And who is second?
Zed.
Okay.
I have the. What did we call it last? It's not a torch. It's a.
It's not a torch. It's like a glow
It's a
rod.
glow stick.
Yeah.
glow stick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got like that. It's got
Rave
like
tool.
the glowing like liquid that you can actually. You at this point you figured out that you can like put your hand in it, and it has like enough elasticity for you to like manipulate its shape for a few seconds before it drops back into the orb and stuff.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Because Zed crit on that the phone or the tablet, personal computer, he saw
Yeah.
that it uses this kind of liquid battery. Does the
Yeah.
glow rod resemble something like he would understand that to be?
No.
Okay.
But of Averin's like power technology through like a bunch of different weird substances. So
Just wanted to make sure, like after like playing with
who's
it,
after
it's like,
Zed?
Flare.
Flare. Okay. Fourth.
It'll be me.
I'm last.
Because Flare wants to
Ronin.
Like,
So
run
Ronin, Isel,
I want to be far enough back, but close enough to see it.
Sanguisan boss.
Well, you want to run down the stairs. I keep getting in
Sanguisan
front of you.
Boss.
Mhm.
No.
Okay, cool.
So is that going to be our like standard marching order?
At least
Bro.
for this dungeon.
the
I mean-
foreseeable future.
At least for this dungeon, because I'm not gonna actually want to be first. It's because we
Yeah,
have
that's what I was thinking.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be first.
I think Ronan would be first normally. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I would probably be right behind her, so that's fine.
So, right. Yeah, I was
sure.
gonna say write that down though.
So-
normally, Ronan's first.
Following Melina's lead, you would see her drop down into a crouch, and as she continues to proceed down the path, she's going to make a stealth check.
Hey, we can do this.
What a hottie.
What a hottie. Should probably
Like, if you got something to say to her, you got to say it to her face.
I will if she wants me to, but
I'll put a hand up to Flare and go. Oh, I mean, so I would still do that. I would still go forward.
Okay.
With her.
Is that everybody? Shame.
rocking it on
Doing good on
stealth.
stealth check
Nice.
so far.
You definitely used one of my spirit stances last time. I remember because
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I used
that's what
one.
you were in. But yeah, I marked
We
it.
rolled real
We're
bad.
good.
I got an 11.
It's cool. It's just the beginning of the dungeon. Oof.
Good.
I mean, I don't usually go through too many of those.
Isel, would you like to make a stealth check? Or have you seen
Oh
their
yeah, my
rolls and
apologies.
given up as they've all stumbled down the
Jesus.
staircase?
Oh, I don't
An
think I'm.
11 is winning.
Oh,
You're the best.
Wow.
one. All right. You guys proceed more loudly than you would like down the staircase.
we had a -1, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I got +7. Roll a 9.
I think as a group,
I was just like,
push the skull.
Doesn't want to.
Yeah, you're all a took. Party of tooks. So you guys continue down the steps. She leads you another 200 feet down, and at that point, it does actually even out, and the mouth of this passage widens into, as all of you kind of like start to stand side by side, emptying out into the next room, into what appears to be at least a large enough chamber that you can't see the walls past like the end of your range bands. You just see more darkness. The chamber looks to be at least 100 feet wide and at least go 300 feet deeper in the direction that you guys are looking to.
Wait, can any of us actually see that far?
You can't see all the way, but like you can see enough of the shades turning darker that you can tell that it's quite a big chamber. So, I think technically the edge of most of you would start to lose.
Okay, so it's just like
Like
level.
a big earthen, it's fairly level. It's
Okay.
a lot of the ground appears to be like cracked stonework and stuff.
Okay, but it's not like stairs down 300. It's just like this room goes out like 300.
Yeah, it just goes out in front of you. quite
Okay.
large.
Huh.
Can Voss like kind of turn around and like look up like by the where we came in, like up on the walls and stuff, and see if there's anything like around the doorway?
Sure, make a perception check.
Natural 20. That's a good start.
Oh.
Well, actually, it still rolls the first time. 21 total.
You can tell that at one point a lot of this stonework was marked and carved, probably with like some form of like hieroglyphic symbols or something like that. But it's really hard to like see any of them intact now because everything is so broken and eroded, and you've got these sickly like blackened roots like reaching out of the stone and digging into other areas. However, as you're looking around, you see about 50 feet out and to the right of the entrance that you guys just walked in, you see a broken piece of stone tablet.
I'll beeline it to that.
Picking it up, you can tell that it's a section of some writing or something like that, but it like breaks midway through because it's a broken piece. What's your intelligence score?
My usual dump stat, you mean?
Make a history check. Actually. Make a history check.
Sorry, I reloaded and didn't pull up my character sheet again. History, I'm at proficient. I have 2. I
Okay,
think.
make a history check.
I rolled a 15 plus 2, I think, so 17.
It looks. You're pretty sure it's an Avarin,
Okay.
or actually, sorry, their language is called Avar.
Okay. I will kind of not make a big noise, but I'll kind of snap my fingers a couple times to call attention to myself as I'm coming up with this tablet, and
His snaps echo through the chamber.
and I'll walk up to our guide and say, "I found this, but I cannot read it. I think it's Avar."
Zed will look back and whisper, Isel!
Yeah, I'm on it.
That's true.
Well, he's just gonna go up.
Although, I mean, yeah, if she's gonna do it, then I mean, I'll read it, but she can read it out loud.
She'll when she sees you call to Isel, she'll just look to Isel and then watch and wait for him to take it.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll shrug my shoulders and hand it down.
All of you watch as Isel kind of turns the tablet over in his hands, and then he looks down at it, his eyes brightening and a hum and a whir inside of the metal of his head goes off. And as you read it, Isel, it says, "It is time I set my story in stone, so that words do not mutate the facts as the void has mutated all of us. But this place has betrayed me, and all those that were faithful to it. As we felt we had mastered the wilds, our lives became more peaceful ones, less set upon by..." And the words cut off.
Convenient.
Yeah, I'll read it out loud.
Isel, tell me, does that writing seem like ancient Avar or more modern?
Can I make a history check?
Yeah. There's aspects of the way that it's written that feels kind of like reading Old English instead of Modern English.
Okay. At the very least, it is stylized in an older form.
I'm gonna go back to where I found. Boss will immediately turn around and go back to where he found that piece and search for more.
Okay, make an investigation check. What's everybody else doing?
Could I would
gonna
also
help
like
him.
to look for.
I'll go look in a different spot in the room.
Yeah. I'm just gonna hold
So
Are we-
people gonna start going?
Are we all rolling investigation, or are we helping someone?
I'm gonna
Well, I think that you're the only one who's going with Voss to that location.
yeah,
I'm just
gonna
keeping
start-
my eyes peeled for anything that like
So you're staying
looks
stationary.
bad. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep
Melina's
my
gonna.
I got an 11.
glow stick to the ground and just
Okay, so I'm rolling too, or did you roll with advantage, James?
I didn't roll with advantage.
Roll
You
with
rolled.
advantage.
Okay.
Roll with advantage.
What's your investigation?
-1.
Oh, jeez.
Why did you roll?
Isel roll?
His
roll.
'cause his
Are you trained in investigation, Boss?
No.
Okay, so you roll separately.
I'm not either, but
Roll separately then. Roll
okay,
separately.
yeah.
character.
So Zed and Ronan, you're staying where the party was initially,
No,
yeah,
I'm gonna.
keeping watch.
Well,
No,
I
I'm
keeping
walking.
watch.
I'm walking the opposite direction with like the glow stick on the
Okay.
ground and just investigate.
Melina's gonna see each of these two parties peel off to either of the sides, and she's going to turn back to you, Ronan, and she's going to say, "Everyone watch each other's light sources. I'm going to see how far to the other end.
Be careful, please.
Always." And then she's gonna
Sometimes, but yes.
She's gonna start moving forward slowly. All right, I'm gonna start with the people who went back to where the tablet was. Wait, Sanguisan, what are you doing, bro? Bro beans.
I will stay with Ronan.
Okay. All right. As the two of you head back to where the tablet was, you investigate. You don't find any more pieces of the tablet. You do find broken, what appears to be broken stonework that was probably some kind of set of like benches that were probably around some kind of like statue or something like that, but it's really hard to tell what any of it is for sure now because it's also eroded and destroyed. Looking past that, however, your party does see where in about, or the two of you do see where in about like another 60 feet, the wall turns in a corner and starts to lead forward, like in the direction you guys were first looking. So you see the other corner of this section now. And you do actually see what appears to have been a passageway at some point, but from where you're standing, it looks like it probably got caved in.
Does it look like it was like a natural thing, or does it look like things were stacked here to get it to stop?
It looks just like broken stonework caved in the passageway from where you're standing. So, cutting across, Zed, you walk about the same distance holding your light source down. You find some broken pillars, enwrapped in dead vines, kind of just like silently pulsing across the stone, and you see occasionally like small cracks being made in the stonework. You also find two more passages that lead out of this chamber, and both of those appear to be caved in as well.
Okay.
Melina has not yet come back from the
I'll
other
make-
side.
I'll make my way back.
Okay.
Has it been a while, or?
It hasn't been that long yet. You guys are like just wrapping up looking at your stuff, and it didn't take you long to not really find anything. So do the two of you want to head back to where the whole party is, or do you want to go explore a different area?
Was there anything above the caved in like doorway, like in the first like in where we came in, like where there are like runes and stuff like that too?
I mean, it looks like there were probably like hieroglyphs and stuff everywhere in the walls in this room.
Okay.
But like you haven't been able to make anything out from what you've noticed so far. It's
I'll
pretty hard to read.
kind of look down at him, Heisel, and say, "Can you read any of this? Can you make out anything that's on the walls? It's very old."
I can't quite hear you.
I'd say, can you make out anything on these walls? They are very old.
Can I make a history check on them or something?
Make an investigation check as you walk over to the caved interest. He's putting it. You're not really able to make
actually,
anything out.
Wait, I'm gonna use luck.
Okay.
Better.
Yeah, you're not really able to make anything out. It's not for like lack of trying. Like you would be able to understand the language. It's just like everything's so disjointed now
Gotcha.
that you're not really able to get anything intelligible from it.
Cool.
I think we should hang on.
And those two bad investigation check rolls, dungeon over. You can't complete it now. So sorry, guys.
We're trapped here forever.
New campaign next week.
Oh, it's the Horde of the Dragon Queen. Got it.
Exactly. All right. Do you two want to head back to where the whole party is, or do you want to?
Yeah,
the wall up to the opposite
I'll
side?
say after like failing to notice anything noteworthy, I'll say I am not able to discern anything over here. Perhaps we shall return to the others.
Same. Better to come back in a smaller space than explore further, risk getting cut off.
Agreed.
Yeah, we'll turn back.
The rest of you head back, and about 2 minutes later, Melina comes back down from exploring the other side. Did any
Find
of you-
anything?
She'll chuckle. She'll say, "I found one way out that wasn't blocked. There was another caved-in passage that had a small entry, but somebody would have to crawl through."
Two
And
more caved in.
She points at Sanguisan, and she says, "And this one definitely won't fit."
She's saying that was the only way she found out?
No, she found another clear passage.
Oh,
too.
okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
But all the other passages she found were caved in.
Same.
And one of
Me
them
too.
looked like maybe there was a way to get through, but
We too found another caved-in passageway.
Perhaps we could investigate the smaller entrance before moving on.
Who's
Blair's eyes will light up, and
Yeah.
she'll say, "I would love to take a look at that."
I would think the two of you should go together. A little bit. smarter.
Yeah.
She
I
just
want you
she just
to.
like turns to look at Isel with just like huge eyes.
Yeah,
You
they
can
keep
tell
each other
Voss
in
does
check.
that a little bit reluctantly. Like he's like, you guys should go do this, but like,
Yeah, Zed is like mulling it over. Yeah, you guys keep each other in check. Go ahead.
Sorry, me and
No. Ian or Isel and Flair.
I'm cutting it.
Oh yeah, that's Ian.
Ian?
What?
Oh, he
you
just
just
sounds
got real quiet.
Yeah,
No,
your mic changed a
higher
lot.
quality, but lower.
Yeah, let me turn him up. I think it's okay. Talk again, Ian. Say words to me.
Come back to our dimension, Ian.
Say words. Ian.
Isel!
Oh,
man.
died. He straight up
Good
died.
night, good night, sweet prince.
Isel, everyone's looking at Isel and he just like powers down slowly.
He's
How
doing
sad
that.
would that be?
He's making the Windows dial-up noise.
Yeah.
He's
His eyes start
reconnecting.
blue screening.
He's reconnecting.
Ian, are you with us? I heard
Back?
something.
Oh shoot! Hold on.
Oh my goodness, I can barely
Can you
understand.
hear me now?
Oh,
Yes.
That's better.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
So-
For some reason,
Good.
whenever I restart Discord now, it's on like speaker instead of
yeah.
microphone. But that's not what was causing an issue before. It must have just been connection. Okay.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
So the
You and I are going to go into the little crawl space.
Cool. Perfect. Let's do it.
None of your characters have ever watched a horror movie, so
Nah,
Voss is gonna
I
follow.
mean, Isel
Voss is
hasn't.
gonna follow them.
fair enough.
I think Flair
Flair's
has,
seen a lot of
but
movies.
Flair wants to go into the danger.
All right,
She
as you
doesn't
guys
pro-
get
she doesn't
closer,
process movies the same way other people do.
as you guys get closer, and then you investigate the crawl space, you find that pretty much only Flair and Isel are small enough to fit into this crawl space.
What do you think, Isel? Up for an adventure?
Indeed. And finger guns.
So
Hell
please watch after her.
I can watch after
Isel will
myself,
just, like,
said.
We'll just look at you and say, obviously.
I will.
I'm not a
and I'll
child. He like walks off, like huffs.
Look at
off.
Isel, and I'll say here, and I'll hand him my glow rod that I was using.
Wait, can Flare not see? Does Flare not have dark vision?
I cannot, but I have a glow rod, so
I'll take
I've
it.
probably been like twirling
Okay,
it
can you
between my
see?
fingers this whole
I
time.
figured you couldn't see either. But
You might be able to. I don't have dark vision.
Him and I can.
Yeah, I'll take it anyways.
All right,
Or
so
he and I
who's
can.
going in first?
Probably me.
I will.
Okay, if you want to.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I mean, you would in all honesty, you would probably get there first, and I wouldn't stop you.
That's true. I probably would get there first. Yeah, I'll go in first. I'll make sure Isel's coming in behind me.
All right. So both of you get down on your bellies, and you basically have to cup your hands together and move on your elbows through this crawl space. And you work and you continue through it. It takes you about 5 minutes to get through to the other end of this crawl space, where you have to pull yourselves up and over another broken set of rock and stone, and kind of pull yourselves out into the other end of this passage. Looking ahead of yourselves as you dust yourselves off, you see the passage leads down, slowly curving to the left until its destination goes out of view. You see no sources of light.
Flair dusts herself off, and she looks at Isel, and she says, "Now this is adventuring."
Oh my.
She was gonna say pod racing, but
It was a slip up. Yeah, I'm gonna hold the glow rod out and just start.
Exciting.
Oh, exciting isn't even half of it. She's gonna start going.
Right. So you shine out the glow rod in front of yourself, and you march happily forward as Isel follows you.
Is it single file, or can we both fit? Like,
You can both fit.
okay, yeah, I would at least attempt to stay side by side.
I would hold your hand if you would let me.
Sure, yeah.
Cutting back outside, Melina looks at
Buddy
the rest
system.
of you and puts her fists to her hips, and she says, "So, are we waiting here, or should we continue?"
I'll wait here for the children.
It's probably not best to leave without the whole group.
Have we attempted to use our comms down here, and if so, do they work?
You guys have not attempted to use your comms.
Haven't tried to do that. All we did was I checked my personal computer. It did not work.
I'll test it just right now, like, and try and message Zed.
Sure. You open your
or
comm and
or everyone.
sure,
yes.
you open the comm to the open channel, and what do you say?
I'll just say, I thought it prudent before we went any further that we ensured communication was open.
Tell them I said hi.
Don't you have one?
Yes.
Okay.
That's not the point.
All of you standing on the other side of the passage, waiting a moment after, as Sanguisan says that it wouldn't be prudent to part. All of you hear over your comms.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think we're gonna stick around.
And then very, very
with that,
briefly,
and
you
then-
hear very briefly you hear Flair say, "Tell him I say hi," and then it cuts back out again.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait for them. All agreed?
Yeah, we're not leaving this room without them.
Alright.
No.
She nods her head and she says, "Well, I'm at least going to see where the next passage leads."
I'm gonna move a rock to like sit on and then just start tossing my dagger up and down.
I'm gonna start short resting, depending on how long they get back.
I'm gonna go with Melina.
She'll nod her head and say, "I hope you can move quieter than the rest of them."
I can certainly try.
Make a stealth check.
And try I did. But I'm not a Varn. And I don't have
God,
proficiency
our
in
rolls
stuff.
so far have been real bad. Surprising.
You guys start forward. After almost immediately making some noise, she stops you and she says, "Step where I step." With a little bit of a growl in her voice. And then you continue forward together. Continuing forward, you guys follow the hall for about 5 more minutes. And you see... You see it leads to a passage. Looking out, you see you've got about another 100 feet ahead of you to an open passageway. And you notice that the deeper you're going, the more the roots are coming out of the walls and kind of like pulsing and like twisting in the stonework. And she'll point it out and she'll say, "It looks like it leads to another larger chamber."
Fucking music, Jesus.
Fuck that.
And then she starts forward.
Okay. I'll continue being careful to step where she steps.
You see her walking and stepping, and she starts to step and move over and around the vines that are wrapping through the floor as you guys are going.
Mm-hmm.
And you continue to move forward, and as you continue to move forward, you feel movement at your feet. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my goodness. I'm rolling really hot tonight, boys.
Hell yeah.
You feel powerful. You feel the vines breaking, and you hear the actual like cracking of the stonework as the sickly vines start to reach out and lurch and actually begin to grab and entwine both you and her, pulling you up into the air, pulling your arms and your legs apart into the chamber, and like twisting and pulling you up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Man, some righteous fire would be pretty good right about then.
Hey, get the fuck out of here with your fucking fire, man.
Alright, so
I don't know. I feel like Melina may have warmed up to it at this point.
Warmed up to
Probably.
it?
you
Yeah.
take
I
7
heard what I said.
piercing, and she takes 5 piercing damage, and then you
Ouch.
take an additional half, so 4 poison damage, and she takes an additional 1 poison damage. As both of you are pulled up, and you can actually see where it's pulling you up towards the vines and roots across the top, which are like shifting and opening away. It almost like it appears like they have like chambers above that they can like pull objects into.
Luckily, I'm immune to poison, so
Oh, that's true. She's not, but
I have the
she didn't
perfect
take
immune
damage.
system.
Cutting back to Isel and Flare, you've continued following this passage, and it eventually led to a fairly large chamber. It looks like it's like 50 by 50, and it kind of dead ends. And go ahead and make perception checks as you kind of look around this dead end chamber here.
Oops.
Yep.
Misclick.
Yeah.
He makes a nature check on himself. and then
Nature perception.
Isel, you notice that this isn't actually a dead end, but it does appear that there's another passage out on the other side, kind of along the opposite wall from the corner you're entering in from. But it's also caved in. Looking around the rest of the room, it appears that this room was probably some kind of like almost like classroom or something, from what you can tell. There's like long bench-like stonework that appears to be like tables. Just kind of like measuring up what's left of the room and trying to think of what its purpose was. You guys also see on the other side of the room, there appears to be a collection of desks that were probably for some kind of like trade or skill. There's a lot of like tools and stuff over there.
Seems like this room was used for teaching, maybe a classroom, but I'm not sure how to get out. Do you see anything, Isol?
I'll go. It doesn't look like there's any way to get through the other caved-in entrance like there was.
Not from
To
where
get
you're
here.
standing, no. It
Okay,
looks like it's much
I'll-
more sealed off.
I'll go check it out.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Can I do an investigation
There's
check?
definitely more in the
stuff with
room
the
that I
phone?
want to investigate, but
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But it's-
So you're gonna.
I
do
just
one
wanna
for-
double check.
and then we'll move on. It doesn't look like there's any way through that caved-in exit, but you do think you hear very, very faintly moving water on the other side of it.
Interesting.
Really quick, we'll cut to you, Flare. What are you doing while Isel goes and does that? To start.
I'd probably investigate some of the like any objects that are here that indicate that it's a classroom. Like if there's books or desks or anything, I'd just take a look at them.
As you start to look through them, go and make a perception check as you start to just like look up and down the desks, seeing if there's anything you should stop for. The first thing you notice is that in several of these desk rows, splayed across the seats or the ground, are more Avarian skeletons.
Oh. Are they small Avaran skeletons?
Yes. You don't notice any books or anything like that is pretty much worn away with time. You do notice that a lot of the stuff that's like in the work table area and stuff like that stuff seems to be more intact.
Okay, I'd probably go check that out.
Okay.
I'd probably go check that out.
All right, Isol, moving away from the door.
I'll go check out the tools and stuff.
Okay. So you guys both head there together.
Meet up.
ahead and make investigation checks.
Big oof.
Hot damn.
They didn't put this one on Isel's hard drive.
They seem to be some sort of tools.
Was that? Does the 17 years?
Yeah, the 17's mine.
Okay. Isel, you see Isel just kind of scratching his head. You recognize this to be, it looks like mostly alchemy related stuff.
Oh.
And you've also noticed at this point that on the floor by one of the desks appears to be a safe.
Interesting. Yeah, she'll like
Good looking
she'll
out.
like very carefully pick up like a bottle or something and kind of like brush it off with her fingers, and she'll say, "Interesting alchemy. I wasn't expecting to see that here." And she kind of like starts looking through stuff a little more, and she'll say, "Oh, there's a safe over there too." And then she goes back to like just babbling on about properties of ancient alchemy and things like that.
Can I make a history check to see if that's like an unusual activity for like ancient of our?
I will do one of those as well. Oh,
Huzzah!
Avarians are traditionally, across like almost all of their cultures, naturalists, so it wouldn't be unheard of to find alchemy at an archaeological site like this.
this is like herbalism taken to the next level for them, basically.
Yeah, and like
Cool.
herbalism would be like a profession traditionally practiced by like practicing Proteans and even maybe like Avarian animists.
Okay.
So
Cool.
If Flair would
Did you
just
point out the safe? The safe.
yeah,
The
she'd
safe.
point it.
The
She'd
safe.
point out the safe, but be much more interested in the alchemy tools.
I'm definitely more
Flair,
interested
make
in the safe.
Flair, make one more investigation check, and Isel, go ahead and make an investigation check on this.
Nice. Oh,
Oh,
Appear-
2 for 2, baby.
It appears to be the kind of
Failed.
safe where you would have to try to like listen and tumble the lock, pretty much. Flair,
Mm-hmm.
making an investigation check over the tools, you're able to gather enough together to have assembled an alchemist kit.
Oh,
that's cool.
interesting. Yeah, I'll take that with me. That might be useful.
Probably good for treating poisons.
Yes. Did you have any luck with that safe there, Isel?
Can I make like a perception check to try and like
Yeah,
listen to open it?
yeah, sure.
Cool.
You start to tumble it back and forth, listening to the clicks. And after a moment, and then another moment, Flair watching you, you can hear her feet pitter-pattering in place excitedly.
Mhm.
See if you're going to succeed. It tumbles open.
Woohoo.
And it's a legendary item for each of us.
Yeah, no,
Shane
take
Shane,
yeah.
Shane always goes out of his way to make sure I know he's immersed in the story.
Yeah.
So,
Look, it's
Inside.
called being hopeful.
inside,
You should never
Uh,
shame someone for being optimistic.
you guys find some cool things, though. Not legendary items. You find, let's see here. You find 2 regular healing potions.
Do you want to hang on to those?
Sure.
And 2 greater healing potions.
Oh,
Do healing potions just like retain their shelf life forever?
Do you want to
probably because they're
split them up
magical.
then, I guess, and take one of
yeah,
each?
yeah, we
for
we
now.
could split them.
Okay.
I think that'd be fine.
I'll probably end up giving like at least the regular.
Most
one away.
healing potions probably do have some kind of shelf life, but if they're like made well enough, it could be quite a long time.
Okay.
What are the effects of a greater healing potion? You recover a second level spell slot too?
Yes.
Neat.
You just recover a second level.
Or 2 ones?
I think it's no. You just get increased health, and you get a second or first
I
level.
was
Okay.
pros.
He was being optimistic, which apparently is banned in this campaign.
It is. Also, you have-
Hopeful.
don't make it get worse.
Make it worse.
Remember back when you got no items ever? I
No.
just left you constantly broken weak.
No, all I remember is having a lot of magic items.
All right. As you finish, I've given you far less in this campaign than you've gotten on Sundays. So.
James is like, I just remember mine all getting broken.
But we're 3 levels
man.
ahead on Sunday. Or a level ahead.
Yeah, but like you guys have like 4 extra magic items.
That's true. We have a lot of magic items on Sunday.
Hey, we're higher level in that campaign.
You guys, it does seem like they've been risking a lot to get them.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
true.
We have
So
been
that's
going
We've
fair.
literally
Way
gone
over
to hell
our
and
heads.
back for certain things.
way over our heads.
Anyway.
And it's great because we have a character who knows what like we're at, and we're like, nah, fuck that.
Mhm.
That
Fortune
character
favors the
specifically
bold.
too. That character knows he's not cut for it, and he's like, let's do it.
So you guys are gonna split up the healing potions.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're each going to take one of each.
All right, as you guys get up from where you're crouched, reaching in and handing them to each other, you stand up, and you hear a creak and something fall somewhere else in the room.
It's a skeleton falling from the sky.
I'm going to start ushering you towards the exit as
Sure.
I like turn to see what it is.
I'm just fixated on it as you pull my hand.
The ground starts to shift. Make dexterity saving throws.
Oh dear. I feel a luck roll coming on.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I'll use an inspiration on this. Why not?
Your luck senses are tingling.
No, didn't really need it, but that's okay.
Sorry.
+9's not bad. But when it's 2 with 2, it's not.
The stonework starts to crack and shift. You hear a pooling, bubbling from the ground as more of that strange liquid begins to seep from the cracks.
Jeez.
The light gathers and races through the chamber as Isel starts to pull you across the room. Both of you manage to stay on your feet and stay out of the pools as they kind of like break out of the ground. And then you see the skeletons of the Avaran children starting to rise.
Oh, no.
And their
Oh,
eyes
no way.
snapping
Fuck that.
and shifting towards you. Go ahead and make another set of dex saves as you guys run for the entrance of the passage.
Isel, I have a bad feeling about
Also,
this.
gonna use an inspiration
I'm
on
not,
this.
because I can't.
Because you just did.
There it is.
Oh,
Hey, buddy!
guys.
Ian, we're gonna die
You
here. I
guys
want you to
stumble
know
over.
that.
Yep.
We're gonna die. We're gonna die in the room with our greater healing potion.
And they're gonna hear.
You call for
And those will be our last words.
you
The
call for
ground
a
snaps and breaks at the entrance as both of you jump, leaping towards it. It falls away, and both of you lose your footing, and you begin to tumble down a passageway, breaking in the ground below, hearing the moaning and the snapping of the skeletons above you. All right, each of you takes.
Here we go.
19.
Don't say that. Don't. I have more than that. I have more than that.
Yeah,
Okay.
because someone helped him.
I have more than that because of aid.
Each of you takes 26 bludgeoning damage
Yes!
as you fall
He's out!
60 feet down the chamber. And hit
Why
the
did you
ground.
have to
Well,
say anything, Nick? Why
I
did you
was
say
at
that?
25, so I'm down.
Oh, we're
Both
both down.
Oh, that's good.
That's fun.
You hit the bottom of the chamber and collapse into each other. looking at each other as you spill and slip on your elbows and your hands, trying to pull yourselves up as darkness crawls from the corners of your eyes to the center. You see each other's faces.
One last.
And go unconscious.
I would use my last remaining effort to hold his hand, to grab his hand.
Oh.
For sure.
That's where we're gonna take our break.
Good.
Okay.
That is.
Oh man.
Dude, our rolls are fucking us tonight. Holy crap, guys.
I don't know what you mean. I had that really good history check.
It was pretty
you
good.
did.
Oh boy.
And you got some super useful healing potions too.
Are we in like a pit, or did we fall into an actual like corridor of some kind?
You fell
Who
into a
knows? You
corridor.
fell unconscious, man.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't really
No,
know.
I know.
But did we fall for a while, or were we more like kind of beaten around by like the rocks falling?
You
with
guys,
us and
you
stuff?
guys fell 60 feet, and you're like hitting things
Oh.
on the way down because it wasn't like a natural passageway. So yeah, it was pretty bad.
We get some F's in the chat, boys.
All right, let's take a break while they roll new characters. I'm just kidding.
Joke's on you,
We
man.
got- we
I already
got
had
death
characters
saves.
roll.
You got death saves. They got death saves. Shane's like, joke on you. I just made it this new class.
I mean, it's weighted in your favor. You have a 55% chance of success.
That's not necessarily true.
Alright. I gotta skedoodle for a minute.
Let's take a break. That got really heavy really fast.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Completely off topic, and I have a character I want to talk to you about. I'm gonna go take a break.
Isel, death
Yes.
saving throw for me.
Can do.
This is intense.
Alright. Woohoo!
Oh,
You know you can just click the death saves on your character sheet, right?
Oh yeah.
Just so you're
But
aware.
it doesn't look like it's click onable, so
That's understandable.
Flare,
yeah.
make a death
Mhm.
saving throw for me.
That was close.
Mr. Meeseeks, I need you to roll a death save for me. Can do. There it is, folks.
Jeez, guys.
Jesus Christ.
So do
This
we
is gonna be
hear
real
anything? What's the deal?
In the main chamber, those of you that are standing waiting to see if either of your two groups of allies are going to come back feel a rumble through the chamber.
Oh shit.
Shit. They touched something that they shouldn't have.
Sangerstone, help me. Turp as fast as I can.
Yeah, I'll start trying to dig through.
Yeah.
Okay,
At least make
go ahead.
that tunnel bigger.
All three of you make athletics checks. Technically, you don't know where the rumble came from, if it came from their passage or the passage that Ronan and Melina went down, just so you know. It's just like a rumble through the facility.
I think that they would get in trouble more than Rogue.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Bless as soon as we.
Oh.
Yeah. On the three of us.
All right. Sing was on athletics check.
Well,
All right.
Jeez.
Do I get a D4 for that? With
Yeah.
I do get a D4 for that. Oh, that's not
So
terrible.
9.
18.
18. All right, working together, the three of you feverishly start to dig at the tunnel. You manage to shift a few rocks. Pretty quickly, you begin to understand that it's caved in at least like 20 feet. So,
Oh, shit, this isn't gonna work. I suppose you guys have any magic up your sleeves?
Not that would help here.
I have magic.
Fuck.
Maybe it came from Ronan and Leaf Collector, right? Is that right?
you did. As he says that, we cut to Ronan and Leaf Collector. Ronan, make attack rolls.
That's what I do. I hit things. Sometimes. Sometimes not.
All right, you cut through one of the vines and you start to drop down and you slice through another vine. You fall on the ground as two more wrap at your feet and you move to attack them. You see Melina manages to cut herself down off the ceiling too. When she lands on the ground, she actually has one more attack and she's going to use it to try to pop one of the ones at your feet. She cuts about halfway through it, but it's a pretty thick one as the two of you were like in the hall still fighting, and then we cut back to Voss. I was just saying that.
Oh boy.
Well, we can actually check on those two.
Yes, good call. And I'll start beeline. I'll run. I'll start running towards that area. There's no reason to
All right.
be stealthy and shit.
All right, the three of you start charging through the tunnel that they went down, and as you round the corner, you see the two of them trying to fight their way through these roots that have come alive and have kind of like trapped them near the opposite exit.
Can make an aim shot at the one of the bigger roots.
You see that there's still two connecting Ronan's feet, and you guys see that there's one still pulling on one of Melina's arms as she's like hacking at it with her dagger.
Is Ronan hitting?
Ronan's trying to attack the ones at her feet, but she's already used her actions.
Yeah, I'll take a aim shot at the one on Leaf Collector.
Okay.
I'll use inspiration so I don't fucking kill her. Hopefully.
Bones and papers.
Hopefully.
Double natural ones.
Yeah. Well, it's aimed, so I took disadvantage of that.
You turn and you fire, and you blow that one off of its root in the wall, and she tears it off as she turns and she starts hacking her knife at the one at Ronan's feet. Sanguisan, what would you like to do?
Can I shoot a sacred flame down on ones that are like looking to get closer to them?
Sure. Can you post Sacred Flame?
It's 2d8 now.
Very true.
Says you, Flare. Low health max ruins the party synergy. Get out of here.
No more tears, James. Only dreams now.
All right.
For us.
So you throw out the Sacred Flame, and the radiant energy just bursts and actually causes all of that like glowing, like strange, like pustule liquid to just kind of like crack out of it and onto the ground as it falls off of one of Ronan's legs. Boss.
I saw that work, right? I got
Yeah.
one more spell slot. Alright, I'm gonna attack it. I'm gonna run up to it and kind of like not saw at it with the spear, but like kind of like cut into it. Like
Sure.
Cool.
I'll make an attack roll.
Natural 20.
All right. You managed to slice that one off. Ronan.
In the process, I'm gonna Divine Smite because it's fire.
All right.
My last spell slot to Divine Smite.
Don't use your last spell slot. You're succeeding without it.
Yeah, but I want to burn it away. Wouldn't that
Okay.
help? Would it help? Would I?
I'm trying to tell you that mechanically, you don't need to use it if you don't want to waste the resource. You're succeeding either way.
Something else happened when he Sacred Flamed, so I figured that fire might help more.
Sure. I mean, if you want to kill it completely and not just for your, go ahead and use the flame.
Use the flame.
No.
All right, so you cut it away. You reach out. Ronan grabs your arm and you pull her out of it. And the three of you move back up the hall away from where the roots are. By that exit.
I'll try use the comms. Let us yell. Isel, flare!
Flare. Isel, go ahead and make
I'm
a saving
assuming-
throw for me.
We
Yeah, you guys can't respond.
don't know that because,
You don't know that.
We are
but that's the sound
unconscious.
coming as the camera pans back to you guys in the catacomb. Flare.
we are living on the edge, boys.
Ian, I just want you to know that could have been worse.
I mean, yeah, it could have.
That's one.
Hey, alright.
We cut back to you guys.
Is
We cut back to you guys in the hall.
10 or higher? Or is it higher than 10?
Yeah, no, 10 or higher.
It's
You
10
have
or
a
higher.
55% chance.
55% chance, yeah.
I'm gonna say, did you guys cause the rumbling, or was that the kids?
There was rumbling?
Oh boy.
I don't
They
know how
never
to get
came
through
back.
this. Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna point to the thing, and then was there another entrance like further down?
The only in the hall that you guys are in, where you found them, it just leads and it turns until it hits that other doorway that appears to be being protected by like these necrotic roots.
I don't think we're getting through the tunnel.
Well,
No.
let's press
We're gonna
ahead
have to-
and hope we
yeah.
meet up with them.
We're gonna have to blast through those doors.
You guys turn back to that opposite exit where you see the massive roots near the door still moving and writhing.
I would look.
Can
I would
try
look
the
at
sacred
everybody.
flame on it? On those roots
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could just start shooting sacred flames at them if you want.
Yeah, I'll just keep doing that until it actually starts hitting them. It's just a save.
Okay.
And I can't trip.
I mean, they're gonna fail the save. So, you guys want to just try to rush through as Sanguisan beats them back with the radiant energy?
Yeah.
So, everyone go ahead and make athletics checks. As Sanguisan roars and charges forward, throwing out radiant blasts at the roots to try to keep them back.
Can I get
Oh my god.
this roll with my bless still up? I know it's almost gone. It's only a minute.
Yeah, you guys can do this with your blessed still up.
Okay, probably
Those
less.
that are blessed. Sanguisan, you don't need to make
There's
a
no reason for me not
make
to.
a roll a d20 and add your spell casting mod.
Who? Oh,
All right, yeah. Sanguisan basically throwing out the sacred flames with both hands beats back the roots as all of you guys charge through that entrance into the next room.
I have rolled once above a 10.
I love it.
Preaching to the choir, bruh.
yeah, right.
Well, yeah.
Natural 20.
You're at a point where you just need to hit a 10.
You guys find that you've entered a small, fairly plain room. It appears to be some kind of staging room that has different paths leading to other areas, and that at one time led to other areas in the facility. You see a couple more blocked passages, as well as another more earthen tunnel in one of the walls leading downwards. And then on the left-hand side of the room, you actually see that the wall is kind of like jagged and broken away, and you see kind of facing out almost like a cylinder-shaped opening in the ground and above. So as you look through this opening, you can actually look up and look down in this like massive cylindrical chamber.
Like a trash chute. Right?
Yeah, kind of. It's like really big, but
Yeah.
it's like a chute almost. Looking up, you see a stone bridge. It looks like the bottom of a stone bridge above, leading between two passageways. And then looking below, you see about 40 feet down. You see a sunken floor at the bottom of of kind of like a circular room, kind of like broken and jagged with stone that was probably above it that broke off and fell into the pools. Go ahead and make perception checks.
I already did.
Don't fail.
Damn. 8. So knowing where the kids went, can I look at that side of the room? Like if I think about like in the other room I was in, like which side does that side have an open entrance, or the only cave?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could do like a flat intelligence to try and.
Yeah, that's basically
See,
what I want.
your best guess as to their location, you like look at that side, and it's the side that has another caved-in entrance.
Oh, damn. Fuck.
Okay.
We have to find
However, like the earthen path going down also leads like rounds vaguely in that direction. So,
Okay.
but the most direct route seems to be blocked. So looking down with the perception checks, all of you would have noticed too that like below there does seem to be another stone passage that was in that went through that circular room, and one of the doors down there is closed but still intact.
It's like 40 feet below us, like
Yeah,
below.
it's actually like 50 feet below you. So you would have to like try to find a way to climb down to look at that area, but there's also the open kind of earthen passage to the side.
Yeah, heavy sigh. Look to Ronan.
Fuck.
Look back
I'll
to
look
the tunnel.
Zed, do we have rope? Do we have any rope? Anything that we can use?
I have a grapple gauntlet.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't have any rope on me. It's back on the ship.
we have to get down, so it's either go down the chutes and try to get in that passage below, or we go down the more earthen way at the other side of the room. We have to go down.
Well, there's something disgusting down this. And probably that way too.
Ronan, when you looked down, the stagnant water below in that chamber looks like it's probably at least like waist deep.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
I'm gonna go grab 2 rocks, just hand-sized rocks.
Sure.
Can find a piece of rubble. Okay, I'm gonna go up to
Bear
the
in
big
mind-
chamber with the water at the bottom. I'm gonna throw one of the rocks off.
If we end up in that water, we will be we'll be moving at a rather slow pace.
Also, what's
Yeah.
in there?
You're gonna throw one of the rocks down and what?
Yeah, into the water.
Okay, sure.
See what happens.
It hits the water, boop, disappears, sinks down.
No extra.
We gotta
movement,
move.
Nothing.
Make a perception check.
We gotta move. I don't know how much time we got.
Oh, natural one. There it is.
Not that you can tell.
Which path do you think we should take, Zed?
Leaf collector, you got coin?
She'll turn and she'll look at you and she'll say, "I doubt your friends have that much time."
All right, let's go. I'm just gonna start going down the monster path, the burrowed hole.
Okay. She'll nod her head as if she's kind of silently agreeing with the path you chose, and she. Does everybody want to go down that path?
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
last down the path.
So you don't want to split the party 3 ways? Are you sure?
Very
Okay.
positive.
All right. Isel, go ahead and make a death saving.
Moment of truth.
Okay.
Hanging in there.
Flare,
Yeah,
go ahead and make a death saving throw.
sure.
Oh. Damn.
Oh my god.
It could have been worse. It could
Yeah.
have been worse. I just want to say, it could have been worse.
It could have been.
Continuing down the earthen tunnel, your party reaches a fork in the road, a path winding to the left in front of you and a path winding to the right in front of you. Once again, trying to keep your sense of direction, it seems like the path winding to the right would lead you more likely be leading you in the direction of where they are.
Yeah, I'm just working off instincts here, so
Okay.
I'm just start
Alright,
going,
so-
like I'm moving. I'm like run walking, like
Yeah.
trying to be careful, but
All right. As you guys turn down that passage, you look ahead of you, and you see in an area where the passage widens, and there's some like large mushroom-like plants, kind of like growing off the walls, kind of glowing, producing little pockets of light in the like this cavernous tunnelscape. Your party sees the shambling forms of what appear to be some of the weaker, corrupted Averins. And they appear to be shambling around something on the ground. It looks like about the size of like a repack box you might see somebody working out of at like a Target or something like that. And they're kind of like shambling around it, reaching through the bars, but not quite able to reach what's inside of it. Go ahead and make perception checks.
God damn it. 6 total.
Okay. All right. Zed, looking inside of the cage, you do see a small, what appears to be some kind of small creature. Not like any type you've ever seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like this. And it like kind of snaps and hops, and it's kind of like swinging, like from its like tiny little pixie-sized form. It's kind of like swinging like these little twigs and sticks that it's finding at the bottom of the cage, like ineffectively at the hands of these creatures that are like trying to reach at it.
How many of these creatures are like not the caged one?
Shambling through this room,
Yeah.
as you look up and you take count, it appears there's 14.
Oh shit! How many are like, directly around it?
There's like 5 or 6 like directly around this cage. You do notice that all of these ones are like considerably eroded, and they don't appear to be like any of like the armored or weaponed ones that you'd fought in the council chamber.
Okay.
These things appear more like traditional zombies almost.
Okay. I'll just
think about their movement.
I'll look to the other ones. Shit, and just turn around and take a shot at the zombies.
Okay. Sure. Right.
I'll just yell, "Go find them!" to whoever goes.
They're in our way, right? Like they're in our way.
I mean,
yeah, but there was another
continuing
path too.
You mean back when the fork in the road?
Yeah, that was my only.
I think we go with your instincts. That's what Boss would just attack. If you started attacking, Boss.
Yeah, I would just take a shot immediately because I have explosive.
All right, roll
rounds,
initiative.
so. I would try and not hit the.
Where's the map?
There isn't a map.
Oh, okay.
I just click on your boy.
God damn it.
78 initiative.
Your dex is.
I don't see the map. Oh, my dex is 3.
There's 2 Ronins on the
Okay.
board right now. You
see-
don't see the map.
I don't
at
see
all.
anything.
Oh, one
Yeah,
second.
it's just blank for me.
Now I
Do
see
you-
things.
Do you see stuff now?
Whoa.
It came up for a second and then went back to the normal thing for me.
Oh,
It should be the normal thing.
Yeah, I just clicked on my
Yeah.
normal thing figure. And
Yeah,
did
you
it.
just click on your
Nick,
form.
have you not been seeing the like homepage thing this whole time?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it.
What?
I'm so confused.
Bummers.
I'll just.
Okay, one
Wow,
second,
somehow
one
Nick
second, one
doesn't
second,
have
one
access
second.
to it.
Let's see what's going
That's
on.
weird.
So you've just been staring at a blank screen most of the time?
Pretty much, yeah.
Dude, that doesn't make any sense. There's nothing hidden about the screen.
You gotta share it with them. That's I don't know.
Oh, dude, it's like his character's got sight and everything. There's no fog of war enabled.
Zoom your shit out. I don't know.
I'm zoomed all the way out.
This must be that Roll20 trader mechanic.
That's right. Zoom in then.
So you can see that, Nick.
I can't see anything.
Oh, you just refreshed. My
You
screen.
can't see anything at all.
No, it's just white. It's just like the white backdrop. Let me just like reload the page. See if that helps. Okay, there we go. That was weird.
So you just click on your character and do initiative.
My token
Same
didn't
Sonic,
work.
are you?
I didn't
Oh,
roll.
God damn it.
My token didn't work though. I had it clicked.
Yeah.
Yes, I just got that email too. Ian.
I played 1,900 matches.
I have 2001
figure out why
matches
this
played.
isn't working.
2001.
Nice. Probably just overtook me in the last like few weeks.
Try using your token now.
Holy crap.
Hey.
Zone
What?
break.
Did you
I
get
actually got a
thing
19 on the first roll though.
I mean, it doesn't really.
Fibblethip avatar and card sleeve? Hello?
All right, focus, guys.
Yep, sorry.
right. I guess the two of you are dying in a corridor, so it's not as big a deal. But and they're fighting to try to save you. All right, Sanguisan, what do you want to do? There's 14 of these things. As soon as actually, you take your free attack roll for starting the engagement.
Okay.
So, and as soon as you fire, all of them do start to turn towards the noise. So.
Nice.
So
5
5 to
damage.
the adjacent ones.
All right. Yeah. So the initial shot kills that one, and the flak of the burst as its head explodes hits the other two, and they're both weakened as they're shambling forward. All right,
Okay.
Sanguisan, you're up.
Well, thinking that we need to get past them, I'm just gonna try and go up to the section of these guys that are the thinnest, that I'd have to cut down the least amount to get past them.
Okay, you could do that. So you rush the first one in the thinnest section. Go make an attack roll. That actually hits. So go ahead and roll your damage. All right, yeah, you bring down that one with your action. You pull it off. You could rush about another 10 feet to body the next one.
Could I hit it with my shield?
Yeah, you could. Oof, yeah,
Or not.
unfortunately, you miss as your axe catches on the body that you're moving past.
All right.
All right, Zed, you're back up.
Yeah. I'll shoot the one that he's bodying for 8.
Yeah, that one actually goes down from that shot. So.
Is there anything adjacent to that?
Yes, the flak from that shot would go back. It would be 4 damage. So it would go back and it would kill one of the other ones you wounded and hit another one. So
How many more are around that cage?
around the cage, there was 5 grouped up.
Okay, so 3 of them are dead.
Yeah. Well, Sanguisan killed one off to the side.
And
Because
I
he thought
killed
you guys
one.
were just running through. He wasn't worried about that.
Oh, okay.
So
I would
We
move
did say
closer
to
the
just run
cage.
through, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would run close to the cage. I'm not leaving a thing. God damn it! Or I wouldn't say you say God damn it.
Zed's such a Daryl. It's hilarious. All right. All right. So yeah, Zed apparently doesn't want to leave this little thing in the cage getting attacked. So, but you guys have killed 3 and injured another already. So.
Oh, I thought only Zed saw the cage.
Or killed 4. All of you saw the cage. Zed is the only person that saw anything inside of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The rest of you saw what they were doing in general, though. All right, Ronan, you're up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run 40 feet ahead, and then is it possible for me to just grapple, past the group forward further?
If you wanted to move your full 40 feet forward, you'd probably take at least 1 opportunity attack. Just passing one.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that one will make an opportunity attack against you, but it misses. You blow past that one and the group at the cage. And you would make it to the back of the line at 40 feet, but you wouldn't be quite out of them.
All right, then I'm gonna dash as my action.
Okay,
Wait,
sure.
I will. Okay, so what's past the group?
It just looks like more passageway leading in the direction that the trail is going.
Okay, then I'll just dash forward.
Okay, so you would take probably 2 more opportunity attacks from that.
That's fine.
All right, the first one misses you, and the second one does reach out and scratches you
Ouch.
for 7 slashing damage.
Ouchies.
But you guys see that Ronan does make it through the enemies to continue checking down the passageway.
I will. Second wind is a bonus action.
Sure. On the Zombrin's turn, 2 of the zombie Averins around you lurch at you, Sanguisan, and make attacks. They both miss, though. And then another one does actually rush up to you, Zed.
Yeah.
And oh shoot.
Oh, I moved 35 toward.
Yeah, I mean they're like a group, so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
3 more. I forgot. That second wind is plus your level, not here.
15 kinetic.
Con mod.
Okay. Yeah, it misses you too. And then one at the 2 at the front do manage to shuffle close enough to each make 1 attack. So the first one makes an attack on Marina, but misses her. Wow. Zombies are terrible. And that one makes an attack on Voss, which also misses. So
Solid.
Voss, you're up.
I'm going to stab this one in front of me for a 20 total.
Hey Matt, you didn't just see a flash of lightning, did you?
No, why?
I thought I did.
Apparently, there's supposed to be like rain and possible storms at some point. A 20 hits, brother.
10 total damage.
Yeah, that one goes down.
Okay, I skewer that one, and I keep it on the thing, and I whip it around, and I skewer the one that's in
All
front of
right,
Melina.
sure.
Natural 20.
Yeah, it hits.
So both of them on the end of my spear, and I'll turn around and start running towards the passageway with my spear out in front of me.
Okay. So you're gonna try to run through as much of the crowd as you can. All right, you're gonna take a couple opportunity attacks there. One of them does hit you, and it claws you for 6 damage.
Okay.
All right. Melina will look at everyone running through the passage, and then she'll look at Zed as he kind of halts at the end of his run. He turns and he starts firing on the ones in the cage. She's gonna pull her daggers and she's gonna rush the ones in the cage too. All right. She stabs the first one for 6 piercing, and then she uses her second attack to stab it again for another 6. So she takes that one down, kills it. So you guys have killed half of them now. Just so you know. She has one more attack on the other one next to her, and she deals another 6 damage. 666, just saying. So it doesn't go down, but it's looking pretty hurt. Sanguisan, start of your turn.
Leading us into a trap.
Seeing Zed and Melina attacking around the cage, not knowing something's in it. Are we saving the cage?
Just go, I'll handle it. Get the kids.
Alright, I'll try and take out the ones next to me.
Sure. That hits. Dude, Shane looks so much more relaxed than I would be right now. That kills that one.
Not
And
relaxation.
there's one more next to me, too.
Super
That looks like
anxious.
anxiety to me.
Severe clinical depression.
Well, that makes me feel bad.
I was going to say.
So
That hits.
there's a feeling that I had when I rolled my second failure, and I was just like, all right, at this point I have to just accept whatever happens on the next roll.
All right.
Pretty much.
You wound that one as you move past it, and you're able to clear the corrupted aberrants as well. All right, Zed. There's still 6 up, 2 of which are wounded. Around the cage, there are still 3 alive.
Okay,
One's wounded,
adjacent
and then
to
there's
me.
2 others. Yeah, and then there's one adjacent to you.
Okay, but are they all like grouped together?
Yeah, like the ones at the cage.
Okay.
If you fired on the middle one, you would hit the other. 2.
Yes, I would do that. That's what someone with explosive rounds would do.
Yeah.
Boom.
That hits.
Oof. 7 to
That's
Well done.
solid.
So that blows up the head of the center one and kills the one on the left. That's by Melina, and it injures the other one as well. That's
Okay.
more that go down.
I can't. No, I can't switch my weapon as a free action because I was gonna say bonus action use my dagger, but I can't. The bonus action switch to dagger.
All right, Ronan, you keep running down the passageway.
I do.
All right. Full speed.
Yeah.
All right. You turn the passageway, and you around the other side, and you see ahead of you, peeling off to the left, a cavern continues, and to the right, you see what appears to be more like carved stonework.
If I were Flair, I would go towards the carved stonework. So I'm gonna go towards the carved stonework.
All right. So then you use your dash, and you move. You rush to where the stonework starts, and you skid to a halt at the end of the hall. And you look down, and you see what appears to be fairly dim light, as you see 2 forms just kind of laid out in the corridor, looking fairly bent and broken. And you hear the moaning and the snapping of more of those Averin zombie-like creatures.
I think I found them and some company.
And that
I'll
is the
shout
end of your
back.
turn.
Yep. That's all I
The
can do.
Zombrins. The last injured one is going to turn and try to attack Melina, but it fails. One at the back just continues wasting its time shuffling towards... Actually, the two at the back continue wasting their time shuffling towards where you went. And then that last one on you fails to hit you, Zed. So. All right, Voss, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna skewer the closest one.
All right, so you rush the one that's on Zed. Go make an attack roll.
16 to hit.
Yep. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That's not great. That's 3 plus 8.
8. Yeah, you actually do manage to skewer that one through, and Zed, you feel it
Alright.
get pulled away and off of you by Voss's light piercer.
And I'll wheel on another one. The next
Yeah, you could use the rest of your movement to move around Zed and attack the last one that's on the cage. The one that's attacking Melina.
That's a 16 to hit too, actually.
That hits.
Sweet. Ah, better. That's 12 damage.
Yeah, that takes that one out. Finishes it off from
Alright.
Zed's explosive round.
Cool.
All right. Melina, seeing that all the other ones are down, she's going to run past the cage, her full movement, and she's going to pull out her pistol and she's going to fire on the ones that are following Ronan. She hits on her first attack. Oh, wow. Dealing 9 damage. So that actually kills that one. And then she shoots the other one, hitting as well. She only deals 4 damage, but she turns it off of Ronan, so it's shambling towards her instead. And Sanguisan, you're up.
So they're all immediately dead around us.
Yes.
Then
Except
I
for the
will-
one that's shambling. There is one between you and the direction that you saw Ronan run. It's shambling towards... it's shambling towards Melina right now.
And Rona did call that she thinks she found
That
them.
she found them.
Yeah. I'm gonna run down towards where Ronan was. Or where
Okay,
Ronan was.
so you move 60 feet if you dash?
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to move out of turn order now. Alright, you move 60 feet if you dash, so you come charging down. As you turn the corner, you see Ronan starting her next turn and starting to rush down the hall. And you charge after her. Ronan, as you're rushing down the hall, you skid to a halt as you see falling from the roof in kind of the opening in the wall just across from where they're slumped up against the stone wall. You see these skeletal with just hanging bits of flesh, these Averin's children's bodies kind of like falling through and rising and starting to like shamble out towards them.
Well, that's just horrifying.
Nope.
What the fuck?
So do you move to defend?
Yeah, I'm gonna get as close as I possibly can to the
You
two
step
on the
up.
ground.
And Sanguisan, as you turn the corner and you start rushing, hearing Voss, are you going to stay where Melina and Zed are, or are you going to head in their direction?
No, as soon as we've cleared the path, I'm gonna keep running.
Yeah, I'm
towards-
gonna pick up the cage and just put it under my arm and keep running.
Okay. Yeah. So all of you keep dashing. You're a little bit behind though. Sanguisan, you do turn the corner and you look down the hall as you see Ronan standing in front of their still forms on the ground, and she's kind of like hacking and slashing away at these creepy ass Averin children, just fighting them off of them. And as you rush forward and she finishes off the last one and you kneel down to check on their condition, Isel,
Oh,
go ahead
no.
and make a death saving throw.
Oh my god.
I didn't have any med kits.
I'm done with this campaign.
Jesus
That was brutal.
Christ.
You find that Isel's life has gone out since before you reached there. And we would do flares, but Flare
Shane.
just walked away, so
Shane yeeted himself right out of this campaign.
he's back. Flare, make a death saving throw for me.
Come on, baby.
This is why Shane drinks.
Yes, master.
This is why Shane drinks. Get out of here. Get out.
And you find that Flare has also passed.
Oh my god.
As the rest of you catch up, you see Sanguisan leaning just kind of head bowed over their bodies. Flare's last act having reached out and taken his hand. You guys want to call an extra break tonight?
Yeah.
Let's call a break.
Holy shit.
Come back. The four of you are standing together.
Oh, did I come in the room yet?
Yeah, the rest of you have caught up now.
Yeah, I mean, I trudged through the water too then.
There's no water here. That was in the other area.
Oh, okay. I'll just run over to him and put this fucking cage on the ground and just...
I'm gonna look to Sanguisan. I'm gonna say, you can't do anything about this. What does I don't know enough about our patron's powers. Like I don't. Can you do anything?
It's my fault.
Unfortunately, I don't have the required materials to do anything about this. Best I can do is say a prayer for them.
Yeah, I'm gonna like look up. I'm just gonna look up and like grip the spear and like think really hard and try to contact Aisha because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I probably can't do that, but you know.
I mean, you can say a prayer if you want.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
He looks up and he closes his eyes, just silently saying a prayer.
Yeah.
I'll follow my ass and put the cage in between my legs and just stare at the thing in there. It's my fault. But I don't care. To no one in particular.
Well, we're not leaving their bodies here.
No. Fuck.
Melina,
I'm gonna flick the cage. And were you worth it?
it just like stumbles back as the cage shifts and then looks up at you, kind of expressionlessly.
I guess you were. I stand up, put the cage under my arm, and attempt to go pick up Flare.
Yeah, you could probably carry Flare over your shoulder.
Yeah.
It'd be like more difficult because you're already carrying the cage, but
That's fine.
I would. Once I'm done the prayer, I would go to like take Flare from you, so because you're already carrying something.
Yeah, he was just not as
I'll
high.
take Isel up in my hand.
And then I see you get Isel and like I'll look to Ronan.
Her eyes are yellow when you can see her. Trying to like fight back tears.
And look to her. Why'd I get close? This always happens. Just smile, then he'll just start back, I guess.
I would say this can't be the end of them. It was not the end of me. This can't be the end of them. We can do something about this. We just need to get off this and get out of this temple, whatever this is.
all of you should turn back. Follow the path back the way we came and go. You were here for her and she has passed. There's no point in anyone else dying for my world. I will take things from here.
By yourself.
As
I don't
it is
think Flair
meant
would
to
want
be.
that. I would talk over her too. I don't think Flair would want that.
I don't either.
But were we just gonna carry their bodies through here? Find Simeon, probably die.
We should try to get back out to the beacon. Maybe it got through. Maybe there's help on the way. Maybe we can contact someone from there. We got this far, though. It would seem a waste to... Well, not a waste. That is the wrong word for this situation. Unfinished business feels much worse when we're not all able to finish it.
As you finish saying that, go and make perception checks.
18.
Alright, pretty much all of you hear what sounds like maybe footsteps coming from somewhere past their bodies down the other side of this passage.
Does it sound like actual footsteps, or like shambling, irregular?
It just sounds like footsteps, you're not certain.
Well, that decided that. I'm gonna take out the glow stick and just throw it towards the footsteps.
Alright. As you pop the glow stick on and you throw it as hard as you can, and your kind of like frustrations from this whole situation past them and back down the passage, we're gonna cut away. Isel.
Yes.
It's a strange feeling looking down at one's own body.
I would imagine.
As you stand now, looking down at the both your body and Flair's, still on the ground in this kind of gray, tinged atmosphere around you. Just kind of like this utter silence stretching through this world that appears physically to be exactly the same as the one you were just in, but is somehow different, almost like you're in one of your meditations. As you look down at your guys' bodies, you feel a hint of energy, spark of motion in Flair's.
In her body?
Yes, in front of you. What would you like to do?
There's some kind of check I could make to attempt to identify that.
Make a flat D20 roll and add your wisdom. As you move to kneel down, you feel this slight float to your movement, and you look down at your body and you see your hands kind of unfolding in front of you, but there's like a translucence to them. You can see right through them to the floor. And then you raise the other and the same thing. And you kind of awkwardly take in this new momentum in the movement of your body as you try to kneel down and reach out a palm, feeling out this essence that you feel there. Focusing on the motion of your hand, you kind of let it guide you, just trying to focus on that essence, and you reach down and you find your hand fall through your two bodies' physical hands connected on the floor. And then you pull up Flair. Your eyes open in the spirit realm for the first time as Isel pulls your spirit from your body on the ground, up in front of him. You feel very floaty.
Can I speak?
You haven't
I
tried.
haven't tried.
Isel just kind of looks at you at first.
Yeah, she'll
Like straight in the eyes.
she'll stare at you and say, Isel, are we dead?
This is far from my expertise. But I would say yes.
Is this your doing? Or perhaps the galaxy has its own idea of death?
It was I that suggested we investigate this path. And he'll kind of like look down.
She'll like move closer to you and say, Isel, we went through that path together. I would not have gone by myself, and I would not have let you go by yourself. You and I are a team, much like we are with the others. And I don't think death should stop.
I am glad to hear it. I'm glad you are here with me. So I
I'm
feel
glad
what
you're
it
here
may
with
mean
me.
for both of us.
She smiles, and then she kind of like looks around a little bit, and she says, so what now?
Make a perception check when you look around.
Can I do this?
You absolutely can. Sorry, just 1 second. Make sure something's loaded and good to go. All right. Looking around, Flare, you don't really notice anything. You kind of start immediately to start to get distracted by putting your hand like through physical objects and that kind of thing, like just
Seeing
like
my
putting
own
it
self.
in the wall and pulling it out. And yeah. However, Isel, you notice that bunched up at the end of the passage, the end that the party came in the material world and found your guys' bodies, a bunch of strange creatures. And they all kind of dance on their feet and cock their heads looking at the two of you. And then once they see that your eyes have fallen on them, they start to turn almost with like a giggle and start to run out of the passage in a way.
Flare,
What? And
this seems like as good a sign as any to follow.
She like pulls her hand out of her own head.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that and then start following. Do you say they kind of start heading down the passage that we came through?
Well, they started heading. The party came through on the other end. Technically,
okay.
When they came through to try to fight the children away from you guys.
Gotcha.
Wait for me, Isel. I'm not letting you go that easily.
So there is no sign of the party or anything, though, right?
No, there is not.
Okay, and we don't know about them.
Yeah, we have no idea.
We have no. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have
All we
no
know
idea
is
about them.
passing out and then waking up here.
Yeah.
And no sign of anything. Okay.
Essentially,
yeah, I'm gonna start following them.
All right. You hear Flare call after you, and then quickly, because she is so quick, rush up behind you and take your spirit hand again, I would imagine. Mm-hmm. As you guys walk together and turn the corner, and you see them continuing to lead you guys further down the passage that they did not go down because they turned to find you guys. And at that point, we cut back to you guys. As you guys have taken their bodies out, you continue. Sorry, I'm trying to get off of our spirit journey music. You get off that path and you continue. You guys were, or you threw the light.
Footsteps. I threw the light of the footsteps.
You threw the light. You didn't leave the room yet. So yeah, you turned and you've thrown the light, and it ignites the other end of the corridor, where you see a figure standing. A tall, broad-shouldered, middle-aged Gaian who pulls a hat off of his head, puts it out in front of him as he kind of tosses it to dim the light coming from the globe, and then you hear his voice call and say, "Ha! Careful there, you're bound to blind a man." He steps better into view, and he sees all of you, and he sees the bodies that you're carrying, and he says, "Looks like all of you need to rest. Follow me. My group's found some relative safety."
How do I know you're not infected?
Who the fuck are you?
Does Melina just walk up and slap him?
Melina has remained quiet so far. He'll say, sorry, Inspiration Voss.
Got you. I got it. Yeah.
Well deserved.
I get mad. The goal.
He gives you guys a weak smile, seeing, obviously understanding your situation. He says, "My name is Irian Starry-Eyed. I am an archaeologist that came down here to explore and got trapped. Looks like all of you did too."
Yeah, we came to find you. Get you out of here.
Can I insight him? See if
Yeah,
he really is,
roll an insight check.
I mean, do we know what he looks like? Did Flair ever tell us?
You guys probably
Dude,
saw
like-
a picture of him.
Oh,
She
okay.
probably
Well, I
has.
know what he looks
She
like.
probably
He
has
looks like him.
on her data pad.
I'll still insight. Fuck it. Why not? 15.
He's also wearing Lore Seeker accoutrement.
Yeah, he's not wearing Lore Seeker garb, really.
Oh, okay.
He kind of does his own thing, but he appears to be cognizantly aware of the situation that you guys are in, and he just seems to be just trying to get you guys out of this hall where it might,
Okay.
still be dangerous. Melina does begin to push through you guys at this point.
Yeah, I'll just start walking towards
Don't
him.
say that. We don't want to
Irian Starry.
I mean, he is Gilbert Lockhart.
God damn it.
At
I
least
don't
in
kn-
part.
I don't know how many of yours have died, but these two have because of you. He kind of holds his silence after she says that. And he says, "Let's just get out of this passage. It's tight and it's easy to get attacked. Like I told you, we've made up a place of relative safely and we can talk there."
I'll walk up closer to him with the cage under my arm still. How tall is he?
He's 6'2".
Okay, he's taller than me. That's 5'11". He's just gonna look at him and just I'm just gonna stare at him. Can I investigate to see if any of the symptoms we saw up there are on
Sure.
him?
He looks healthy.
Our job was to rescue you. Can we just take us to the safety, and we'll just take his other arm and just tell everyone else to follow?
Does everyone follow?
I will follow
I'm
Zed, stop
I'm
in
not
front
gonna
of
let him-
Irian, and just look him in the eye with my now red eyes, and then continue on.
I'm not gonna let him get behind me. I'll walk
That's
either
fine.
even with him or behind him.
I mean, he was.
I'm
he
waiting
was-
for
He's
him.
got to
go.
lead the way.
Yeah,
right?
he's got to lead the
Yeah,
way.
lead the way,
So
okay.
yeah,
I'm waiting for him to go. I'm just staring at him with the cage.
you
under
guys
his arm.
exit the passageway where you guys found Isel and Flair, and you start to follow the newly found Irian starry-eyed to this relative safely that he says his party has mustered within the catacombs. And as you guys do, session's going to end there.
Early one.
Whew.
But we do have a stinger. So I'm going to fire that through. Just so you know, this is a sad song about death.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah. Who doesn't, man? It's all good. It's all so good. Sorry, I gotta find this. This wasn't planned for tonight, but it's happening now. So. Must find correct documents. All right. Flair.
Oh boy.
Many years ago, you woke up to the sound of alarms. The facility around you shakes as you hear emergency alarms blaring, and you see the red lights flashing and rotating in the halls outside. It shakes so hard that it tosses you off of your bed. Picking your small body up, you pulled yourself out of the room, immediately looking around for the doctor, for Goliad, anybody to help, to find out what's going on. Moving to the door of your room, you reach up and you start to repeatedly jam on the inside padlock, but you know the rules. You're not allowed in and out on your own. You're stuck there. More shakes and alarms. And then finally, after balling up, shaking and waiting in fear, thinking that you're going to be locked in there and no one's going to come for you, you hear the data pad on the outside being worked, and the door slides open. Goliad's large Nemetic form rushes in and scoops you up off the ground, pulling you up into his embrace. He takes you and he says, "Don't worry. We're going to find the doctor." He rushes out and turns the corner, rushing back down the hall. You recognize the direction he's taking you. It's where your tests are performed. It's where games are played. He takes you through 2 more corridors as you see more emergency personnel rushing past him back in the direction he took you from, until you find yourself in Dr. Pia's office. The Leonte is shuffling through her paperwork, throwing it into briefcases and trying to gather it together. As she turns, she sees you, and she smiles. She says, "Good. Flair." And she kneels down and she puts her hands on your shoulders. And then she brushes your chin and pushes your head up so it's not down low. She says, "Goliad has to take you away from here. I have to stay for a while, but I'll find you." You shake, trying not to cry. The building shakes again. She looks past you worriedly and then back to you again. "Flair, we're friends, right? I'm going to find you." Goliad smiles behind you, and he kind of lifts you off the ground. She rises with you. She puts her hand on your cheek, and she says, "Flair, don't worry. Goliad is with you, and friends who stick together, they're family." That's where our session's going to end.